Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm just doing a test on today. I had internet problem. I had mic problems, so I'm trying to test everything out today. But since I'm testing and since I'm trying out my internet, trying to see if I got everything hooked up correct, and that came into my mind, I had to do a reset. I had to reset everything, replug everything back up. And that stuck out of me. Sometimes we gotta get plugged back in to the source. Sometimes we need to do a reset in our life. The Bible said God had given all us according to his perfect will, a measure of faith. Romans 12 said, present your body as a living sacrifice. 1, 2, and 3. Holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And said, we've been bought with a price. Know ye not that your body is a temple of God and not your own? We got to get plugged back in to the source. It's time for us to do a reset. Hallelujah. Back in my days, I'm 48 years old, and everybody know when you back in the days that you had a great big old TV, great big old box, but it only had a small screen. That box was long, but the screen was small, and the screen was black and white. It was a black and white TV. It wasn't even color, clear. I had this great big old little TV, little 17 inch, but it had a great big old box to it. But the front panel was small. But now to turn the TV, the top and the bottom, both of them was broken. And even to turn the TV on and off, that part was broken. But one thing I can count on, I can always plug that TV back in. But the TV was not its own, but it served its purpose. But the TV had to get plugged back in to the source. And though that TV was small, the knobs were broken. That TV all what I needed to serve its purpose. And sometime in our life, we think we insufficient, we broken, nobody want to be around us. But God said, your body is not your own. I can't not get my purpose if I'm not in the body. Members is not one member. And all of us had to be connected to the source. Many members, but only one body. It's time to do a reset. When God made man, he made man from the dust of the ground. Pause right there. Because when God made man from the dust of the ground, if you fast forward, he breathed into man and man became. But rewind. When man was just standing there, he had hands, feet, nose, eyes, ears. But man did not have a purpose until the source breathed into him. It's time to get plugged back in. Our purpose is not go to a job from Monday to Friday to serve a purpose for them. Our purpose is to be connected to the body, the people of God, being one with the source that's the head over the church. I can never feel my purpose if I'm not in the body. Even though that TV didn't have but 3 channels, hallelujah, 12, channel 3, and channel 8. And if I were blessed enough, them antennas on top of the TV, I can turn in the middle, and I might get 54. But everything was working according to how the person who built the TV to work for my good. And one thing about that TV, I didn't need no clock to tell me what time it was, because that TV let me know. The TV let me know when it was 12 o'clock, when the national anthem came on, and it was time for that TV to shut off. And I knew it was 12 o'clock because the TV let me know. Because the TV was serving its purpose. No matter how small that TV was, how broken that TV is. I love that TV. Couldn't nobody watch my TV but me. Because that TV was mine. But it served the purpose for being what I needed it to do. And meant for the purpose that it was made for. So everyone have a purpose in life. No matter how small, how big, or how insufficient you think you may be. But that TV has a purpose. And how it had a purpose? Hallelujah. Because I plugged it in. God has given every man a measure of faith. Faith without work is dead. The TV had to be plugged in. And this TV is not just like all the other TVs that we have out now. The new model TVs that look good. It's flat screen. It's not heavy. Some people still have them big old TVs now. And they still come on to this day. Just don't have no cable hooked up to it. But in the inside, it was still built to come on. You still built for God. And the enemy will have you feel like you're insufficient. You're nothing. To keep you out of place. But God had already put you in. He put you in the body. He didn't put you just to be working Monday to Friday for someone else. He made you for his purpose. Not to serve a job. Let's get plugged back in. We're located at 104 Hill Floor. 104 Hill Floor. Overlock, Alabama. One Lord House of Christ. You're not your own. You've been bought with a price. And just like my mom and dad bought that TV, they bought it with a price, and it served its purpose. But the TV can't do nothing until it get plugged in. And even though that one socket the TV get plugged in there one socket, but there's one source that had power throughout the world. It's time to get plugged back in. Don't allow the enemy to still make you look like a broken TV with the knobs ain't working. Even though the knobs weren't working, I still have a flathead screwdriver to turn that TV to still give me the black and white channels that I still could watch. Though you may be a big body, because the TV, great big old TV, with a little small screen. Yeah. I was glad to have that TV. Just like I was glad to have you. Time to plug in. Be God. Would love to have you. Though you watch me on the internet, or you watch me on YouTube. You don't get the feeling unless you're in the sanctuary. And God do more for you in than out. A TV can't do nothing on the shelf but look good. But as it get bought, just like God said, I don't bought you with a price. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, 19, 20. Romans 12, 1 through 3. Present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Come back and get plugged in. A TV can't do nothing sitting at the shelf, on the shelf at Walmart. The person who bought it to serve a purpose. And when you bring it in the home to serve a purpose, it's got to get plugged in. So when you stay out the body, hallelujah, I'm trying to turn this loose. When you stay out the body and sit at home, or don't be a part of the body in the sanctuary. It's just like when God created man from the dust of the ground without a spirit. God had to breathe into man to make him living. If you don't get connected to the body, then the spirits became empty and empty. It'll be like the beginning. We offer love, hard teaching though. But I offer you comfort and offer you God to put light and life back into your body. Let this be a blessing. Again, I was testing my internet service, but I had to do a reset to get everything back plugged in.